Hi, I'm JH, and in this video I'll be discussing about the 2022 Miami Grand Prix, the 5th round of the 2022 F1 season. Please note that everything I said is based on facts and of course my own opinion. So, without further ado, let's start the video. First of all, there are quite a few interesting things that's been going on in the build-up of the first ever Miami Grand Prix. The fact that they wanted to be Monaco so much that they created a fake marina, and the fact that the FIA now apparently has an anti-bling policy. But, well, the driver seems to not really care about this rule, especially Seb and Lewis. Next, there are also the concrete barriers, which I think is extremely dangerous. Sainz and Ocon's crash only reinforces this belief. Ocon's crash even made his car's chassis to crack. Oh yeah, and being held in Miami, naturally there's plenty of celebrities and athletes that came to the race. Now, let's get into their race performance. Riding the momentum from the previous round, the Red Bulls once again did a great job in this race. Max, despite starting from P3 with a great start, he managed to get past Sainz, and not long after that, Charles. He had a pretty calm race with a fairly comfortable lead, even though I'm sure the Red Bulls would like some more gap between Max and Charles, but anyway, he finished P1 and got the fastest lap. Oh, and I think that also means that Max wins every race this season that he finished. Moving on to Sergio, he actually did quite well, considering his alleged power loss on lap 20 that according to Horner cut his power by around 30 horsepower. The tire change didn't really work well either, nevertheless he still finished P4, so it's good enough I guess. Charles looked like he'll be dominating the race. He performed well in practice, got the pole, but at the early laps he seems to struggle with the mediums and got overtaken by Verstappen on lap 9. Things went pretty well after he switched to the hards. He even managed to pressure Max for some time after the safety car. Well, in the end he can't really catch up with the straight line speed of the Red Bulls, but he still managed to get P2, which is quite nice. On the other side of the Ferrari garage, Sainz lost a position on the opening lap to Verstappen, then proceeded to get pressured by Perez for a few laps. Alas, like most of the races this season, he can't keep up with Max and Charles. I mean, it's not really his fault. Those two are just on a different level compared to anyone this season. He finished P3 after not finishing in the previous two rounds. All in all, I think it's a pretty good result by the Ferraris. I think they got a fantastic result. Russell, despite his struggles in qualifying, managed to finish P5. He's also fairly lucky with the safety car timing after optioning to go long with the hards. Overall, he's still quite solid, and once again, he finished above Lewis. Speaking of Lewis, he lost places to Alonso and Gasly at the beginning of the race, but managed to catch up and running 6th for most of the race. The safety car timing, however, was costing him a position at the closing laps. Despite finishing below Russell, I think this time performance-wise, he did better than Russell. Just a bit of bad luck. Overall, I think it's a solid result for the Mercedes boys. Once again, Bottas had a great showing for the Italian outfit, qualifying 5th and finishing P7. He could finish higher, but he ran wide on the final corner of lap 50. Anyway, it's still a fantastic result for him. As for Joe, well, he struggled in practice and quali. Even more, 6 laps after the race starts, he must retire to the pits because of an alleged water leakage from his car. Tough luck for him. Ocon was having a pretty good performance in this race. Had safety car luck as well as collision luck, and boom, he got P8. Don't get me wrong, he still did a great job with no major errors. Alonso was having a great start, getting past Lewis and a few other drivers. But on lap 39, he was a bit too ambitious, causing him to collide with Gasly and receiving a 5-second penalty. And another 5-second penalty for leaving the track to gain advantage, taking him out of the points position. Overall, it's a pretty average result for the French team. Once more, Albon did a fantastic job for the Williams team. He had a great race, finishing P9 after the collision between Vettel and Mick. I guess that red hair superstition really works well after all. On the other side, Latifi once again did well, nothing. Don't let the P14 finish the C-view. It was because the cars behind him has either major problems or out of the race. Seriously, what the hell were you doing for 2 seasons here? Aren't you supposed to be the lead driver? Stroll did really well in quali with him getting into Q3. In the end, it's useless though. A fuel issue forced both Aston Martin drivers to start from the pits. He did quite well at the race, and after Alonso's 10-second penalty, he managed to get P10 in the end. Vettel, on the other hand, didn't really have a good weekend. After a fuel problem that's also forced him to start from the pit lane, he then collided with Mick. After that, the car seems to have some problem and he retired at lap 54. As for Aston Martin, well, at least they got a point. They tried to get smart with an early pit for Yuki, but it didn't work out, even causing him to drop almost to last position. He did well though, finishing P13 in the end, but still, no points. As for Pierre, he did really well in quali with P7. On the race, he was battling with Alonso until a collision happened, causing a damage to his car. He then heavily struggled with the car and proceeds to collide with Lando and retired from the race. Yeah, tough result for the AlphaTauris. After a series of good results on the previous rounds, they did really bad in this race. Ricciardo didn't really do anything as he got out-qualified by Lando and finishing P13 after a 5-second penalty. Lando did great on quali, but on the race he crashed with the already damaged car of Gasly and retired from the race. Overall, a really bad result from the McLarens. Personally, I think the team is cursed on this race because of the audacity by both drivers to wear this outfit through paddock. Mick actually did quite well on the race, even running inside of the top 10 under the safety car at one point. But well, he crashed to Vettel and dropped positions. He needs to get it together. These mistakes are beginning to look like a habit. It's as if he's paying tribute to his former teammate. Finally, Magnussen also didn't really have the best weekend. He almost got into the points, but the incident on the latter stage caused him to last position, finishing P16. Tough weekend for the home team. My best driver for this race is Max Verstappen. He had a perfect race, gaining and holding positions from both of the Ferraris, got the fastest lap, no major mistakes, leading the race for most of the time and wins the race as well. Here's the driver standings after the 5th round. Anyway, yeah, that's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please share, like and subscribe. See you in the next video and yeah, have a nice day.